Hey, welcome back. You know that feeling when you're staring at a screen, or maybe just out a window, and you have this sudden, sharp thought. What have I actually created? And is it looking back at me? That chill, that profound unease, is exactly where we're starting today. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is The Great Conversation. So, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. We all know the broad strokes, right? The mad scientist, the lightning, the angry monster, that it's alive. But what we've inherited is mostly the Halloween costume, the cultural shorthand. The novel itself, published in 1818 when Shelley was just 20, is something else entirely. It's a deeply philosophical, heartbreaking book that asks questions we're still scrambling to answer. And today, I want to ask one specific question about its central creature. Is Frankenstein's monster simply a modern Prometheus, a warning against human hubris as the subtitle suggests? Or is he, in his lonely, conscious anguish, actually the first true hero of science fiction? Let's start with the obvious, the Prometheus angle. The subtitle The Modern Prometheus isn't just a cool, classical name drop. Prometheus, in Greek myth, stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity. For that, he was chained to a rock and had his liver eaten out daily. It's a myth about the double-edged sword of knowledge, of giving humans a power they might not be ready for. Victor Frankenstein is our modern version. He doesn't steal fire. He steals, or rather, he bypasses the divine spark of life itself. He pieces together a new being from the graveyard and the slaughterhouse and animates it. His is the ultimate technological hubris, and like Prometheus, he is punished with a relentless, consuming torture. But here's the Shelley twist. The punishment isn't an eagle sent by Zeus. It's his own creation. The monster becomes the living embodiment of his transgression, his personal tormentor. So the novel is clearly a cautionary tale. It's a warning shouted from the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. Just because you can do a thing, doesn't mean you should. This is the most traditional reading, and it's powerful. It frames the monster as a consequence, a walking, talking calamity. But then, you read the book, and you get to the middle chapters, specifically chapter 11, where the monster starts to narrate. And everything flips. This is where, for me, the character transforms from a symbol of punishment into something profoundly different, a conscious being. He describes waking up to sensation, to light and dark, to hunger and cold. He learns about fire from touching it and getting burned. A very Promethean lesson, but one he learns through innocent experience, not theft. He watches the de Lacy family from a hovel, and he teaches himself language and philosophy by eavesdropping. He reads Paradise Lost and identifies, not with Satan, but with Adam. I was apparently united by no link to any other being in existence, he says. His entire existence is defined by a primal loneliness. He isn't born evil. He's born aware. And he seeks only what any conscious being seeks: connection, understanding, love. This is the genius of Shelley. She gives the monster a voice. And in doing so, she invents the template for so much science fiction to come. Think about it. What is science fiction, at its core, if not the exploration of what happens when consciousness encounters something new, a new technology, a new world, a new version of itself? The monster is the first of a long line. The android who questions its programming, the alien who observes humanity, the AI that gains sentience. His journey is a journey of education and disillusionment. He learns about human virtue from a distance, and then learns about human cruelty and rejection firsthand when he finally reveals himself. His violence isn't innate, it's learned. It's a response to the universal rejection he faces, starting with his own creator, who abandons him in sheer terror the moment he opens his eyes. I ought to be thy Adam, the monster tells Victor, but I am rather the fallen angel, whom thou drivest from joy for no misdeed. That's not the roar of a mindless beast. That's the articulate lament of a tragic hero. So we have these two lenses, the monster as consequence and the monster as conscious being. But I think there's a third layer here, one that brings it all home for me. The monster is also a mirror. He is the physical manifestation of Victor's own alienation, his own neglected humanity. Victor, in his obsessive pursuit, abandons his family, his friends, his health, his entire world. He creates life, but shuns all the responsibilities and joys that come with it. The monster, wandering alone, is just the external echo of Victor's own internal state. And more broadly, the monster is a mirror for us, the readers. He forces us to ask, how do we treat that which we do not understand? How do we treat the outsider, the stranger, the being that looks or acts differently? The creature's only initial crime is his appearance. His subsequent crimes are born from a society and a creator that refused to see the mind, the soul, behind those eyes. I'll tell you, reading this book as an immigrant, as someone who has often felt like the outsider trying to learn the rules of a new world, the monster's narrative hits differently. That desperate desire to belong, to communicate, to be seen for your intentions and not just your exterior. It's a profoundly human feeling. And that's Shelley's ultimate stroke of brilliance. She makes the so-called monster the most human character in the book. Victor is a wreck of ego and regret. The other characters are largely passive. But the monster, he feels, he reasons, he pleads, he loves, he hates. He is, in his essence, us. So, is he the modern Prometheus? Absolutely. He is the living fire, the unchecked consequence. But is he the first sci-fi hero? I believe he is. He is the original conscious creation grappling with a world it didn't make, asking the fundamental question, what am I? His story isn't about lasers and starships. It's about identity, ethics, and belonging. That's the bedrock of the best science fiction. In the end, perhaps the most lasting power of Frankenstein is that it teaches us empathy for the other, even, especially, the other we ourselves have created. It warns us that our creations will inherit not just our knowledge, but our flaws, our capacities for both love and cruelty. The monster isn't just in the past, on a slab in a Gothic lab. He's in every piece of technology that connects and isolates us, in every system we build without thinking of the human cost, in every time we judge before we understand. Thank you for joining me for this exploration. If this conversation sparked something for you, I'd be so grateful if you'd share the episode with someone who'd appreciate it. You can find more deep dives into history and literature at lightnotstudios.com. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi. Until next time, keep listening, keep questioning, and remember, sometimes the greatest conversations are the ones we have with the parts of ourselves we're most afraid of.